Hello, good morning, good evening, good night,
Good day.
good
Good
day.
day, sir.
Good day.
Whatever it is to you in whichever time zone or galactic quadrant you happen to reside in. I'm Josh here with Jamie and the wonderful Mark, who is capable of drinking water with a single hand, just one.
Yeah, just one.
How
Fun
how,
fact.
how long did
I
it take you to learn how to do that?
around about 36 years, roughly around about that. That took a long time.
it's
Well,
First year
it's
really
hard.
rough.
It's hard from what I've seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've learned how to do it better than our past president over here.
It's the shaking of the two hands. Fun fact, I can drink a jug of water really quickly in one gulp.
That's yeah. I can't do that.
Now, what about milk though? What about milk?
I could give milk a try, as long as it's not too cold to like burn the back of my throat. I could, not room temperature because I don't want it to curdle. I'm not like that, but I'll give it a good go. Start down it, like spill all over me. I'll put it on my resume at the same time.
Yeah, you have to do it in slow motion and let it just let it drip.
Oh God, I love this dairy.
Now, with that lovely visual in mind, how are you guys doing? What's new? What have you been up to this past week? Anything fun? I don't know why I
Uh,
asked it that way.
a pilot that I shot right before the pandemic. The episode, the pilot has been completed now, and they're gonna start shopping it around. So that's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went to
Mark.
a wedding.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding. That's
Was
What?
it
about it.
yours?
It was not
You
mine.
beat me.
No.
You beat me by like 2 seconds.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I can put a ring on it, and whoever would be like, "Oh my God, that's beautiful day of my life," and I'll be like, "It's good, it's good." No, just went to a wedding, got very
With with
drunk
What?
one night.
with your
Why are you
wife.
gonna be? You're married to someone from the Ozarks?
I have no idea where that is, but
Well, no.
who knows?
Whoever he marries clearly needs to be like the number one Neelix fan.
Oh no,
Oh yeah, yeah. Please,
I
please.
can imagine like they on the cake, it'd be like ready to cut it, and then I'll be like, "I've not seen this," and she's like, "Babe, I know how much you really love Star Trek," and we're like, "Oh
So
wow," it's like,
so Neelix just pops out of the cake.
"Oh, Ethan Phillips is there going." I came from the Delta Quadrant, makeup and all. I'm like, oh God damn it. This is me in Neelix's outfit on top of the cake for thing, and she's dressed as
Uh,
7 of 9. And I'll be like,
That's
they didn't even get together in the show.
That'd be so good. Toku Kid joined us. Donnie Pearson is here as always. Welcome both of you guys. Thank you for joining us. Hope you are well and awake and ready for this episode. Um,
Just a really quick
yeah,
question.
yeah.
So, if Neelix popped out the cake, how quick can I file for divorce?
I think that's when it would be an annulment, not a divorce.
Oh, good, good. I'll
I
go for
think.
an annulment straight away.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. Is Ethan Phillips a justice of the peace?
maybe.
Popped out. Here you go.
But I think being a super fan of Neelix is grounds. Like I think that is acceptable.
I don't know. I really don't think
It
Neelix is all that bad.
it might be slightly higher than cheating, but I'm not sure.
I actually and this is no offense to the performance because I enjoyed the performance just fine. I just thought the character was poorly fleshed out. But the woman that he started off with,
Kess.
Cass.
uh Cass, yeah. I mean maybe that's the reason she didn't want to be on the show is because she was just tired of being
It's
written into a
shit.
corner.
Tired of your shit,
Right?
Neelix. I quit.
I quit. Ethan Phillips, damn it. Stop being such a great actor in such a weird role. Um but yeah, actually Kess, that character was the one that kind of grated on my nerves. And then the episode where Kess comes back and is like
She has like super psychic
superhuman.
powers. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like ripping apart the hull and everything and I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Wasn't it Gary Graham that was like her mentor too?
Uh You mean in
Oh.
real life?
No. On the show, the other whatever race species she was. I don't remember the name of her species.
You mean the one that
The
dude that was in the episode where they were with the other caretaker?
No. So the other Okampa that she met up with that was like, hey, look, I'm older than 7. You can live longer. You can harness the power of your mind. What
Right.
that was the Vulcan dude from Enterprise, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Don't remember.
I think it is. I think it was Gary Graham, the guy who was the Vulcan ambassador, who was like, no, you guys aren't going out into space. It's too soon. And also Sykes in the Alien Nation TV show.
Alien Nation. Holy wow.
See, when it comes to a Kess episode, I treat it very much as a Worf episode. I skip it.
Well, there's a few Warp episodes that are pretty good.
There's only one good episode. It's the one where he goes in different timelines, and it just by being next to Geordie, that is the only best Worf episode.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
well,
Any episode that had Tony Todd in it, I was down for.
I mean, those were good. A Fistful of Datas. I mean, that was kind of a Data episode, but it was also really a Worf episode too. That was pretty good. I didn't care too much for his DS9 episodes though.
No.
Unless Gowron or Martok was in it. If Gowron and Martok were in the episode, I'm like, all right, cool, this is great.
Yeah, I those were good ones. I just find Worf a very boring character. It's like you're meant to be a warrior species, but anyone that comes on the Enterprise, let's just overpower them really quickly. And
it was all that prune juice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm about to fight you, Borg. Oh God, toilet time. Back in a minute.
Well, I mean, that is the Borg.
Yeah. Okay, so
they make everybody go to the toilet.
Current events, because there's not really anything new going on with Worf at the moment. The trailer for Star Trek Prodigy dropped yesterday, and
Worf was in it.
Worf was in it. He was singing the theme song.
Yes, and Neelix was actually gliding on the ship.
He was like being towed behind it, like you remember Kit from Tailspin. That was
right.
That was Neelix. He was like holding. He was like basically water skiing in space, attached to the ship.
It was magical. It was magical.
And then I made a cameo and just cut the line, and he just went into space. It's good. It's good times.
But then Tuvok came, swooped him up, and brought him right back to you.
Tuvix.
I was just like dancing with his one foot.
Man, that's what I want to see. In like somewhere along the lines, I want to see a mirror universe version of Tuvix where he didn't get split apart.
I'm back, Tuvok and Neelix.
He's come for revenge on his alternate reality counterpart. But no, the intro to the show gave us the new theme, written by composed by Michael Giacchino. I really liked it. It has its very classic Star Trek, but at the same time,
but it's kind of its own thing,
being modern. I caught hints of the Mandalorian theme in it, like at a couple of spots. So originally, I didn't realize that it was Michael Giacchino.
To me, it sounded a little more like the TOS, is what I heard a little bit of.
Well, that was at the very end. There was that theme, but like towards the beginning, just like the bass line sounded very much like the Mandalorian theme.
I'll have to listen to it again.
It was interesting. But in the trailer, so the ship is flying through space, and there's a giant.
Hey, are you sure it's flying through space or not like somebody's innards?
What? So that's where I'm confused. It looks like it's a combination of both. Dottie, if you've seen it, chime in on what we actually saw here, because you see the ship flying around a holographic Janeway, but then you also see what looks like a robotic hand. So I have to assume that that's the hand of the robot character that's on the show?
No, it's a Cylon.
Probably. From the Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
And then Michael Crichton's going to show up, and it's going to be this whole thing.
The Andromeda strain's going to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that scene with the giant eyeball that was kind of unnerving.
So
this is a Nickelodeon show, and I was like, ooh.
I think what we were seeing were random body parts of the different characters that are on the show. Not
way to show the kids there.
Yeah,
that's kind of strange.
It was really weird. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting like another trailer for it, because the teaser that we got definitely has me interested.
What did you think of the design of the ship?
I like it. It kind of looks like Voyager a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that. They actually did bring out another trailer. I haven't actually seen any of the stuff yet for it.
Wow. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. It does feel like that Troll Hunter show from.
It does.
It's on Netflix right now, but I mean that's fine. Everyone that I've talked to that's watched the Troll Hunter stuff likes it. So.
Oh, that whole the Tales of Arcadia series is fantastic.
But we also got news that Jimmy Simpson, from he's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in Psych, the TV show, a few episodes. He was one of the main characters in the first season of Westworld. And John Noble, who, from Lord of the Rings and Fringe, an episode of Legends of Tomorrow where he played himself and the voice of one of the villains. Kind of weird. They were both announced as villains for the show.
Sweet.
Not actually John Noble and Jimmy Simpson as villains. They're
voicing villains.
Voicing the characters of the villains.
Do we know if either of them is like a big bad, or is it just like Monster of the Week, or?
They gave us the names, and I don't remember at the moment. Let me take a look. John Noble, Prodigy.
To be fair, I really like the ship.
So so they're main villains.
Oh wow!
Noble is voicing the lead villain, who's called the Diviner, who he's the leader of a mining asteroid. And see, one of the protostars, fledgling crew happens to be the Diviner's channel, Gwyn. Oh, no, that's not. I don't see. Oh, here it is. Simpson will voice Dreadnought. I like that name. He's a spider-like robotic minion whose only purpose in life is to enforce his master's will with a hard-hearted ruthlessness.
Well then.
So there you go.
Wow.
I don't think I had those characters listed in the breakdowns that I got last year. I probably should have looked at that before we went live, but
well done, sir.
Mugato, Gumato, Speaking of the title of this, Mugato, Gumato. So the name of this episode is a reference to the monster, obviously, who is called the Mugato. He's a monster that faced off with the original series crew. But where the title comes from is that in the original script for the episode, the monster was called the Gumato, but DeForest Kelley could not pronounce the name correctly. So they changed the name to the spelling Mugato for Mugato, but apparently both him and William Shatner still called it Mugatu, which is also where Will Ferrell got the name of his villainous character in Zoolander, as well as the character's kind of white Yeti-like appearance.
Oh, really? It does. So it is a inspiration for all of that.
As far as I can tell.
Okay.
Nothing has proven that incorrect, so I'm gonna go with it, and that's what I'm gonna tell people, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, Mr. Farrell, if you're watching, feel free to message in the chat and set us straight.
Yeah, just let us know. So it looks like Donnie is ready to watch the episode. I am all queued up on my end here. Are you guys good to go on your end?
I am.
Complete with commercial interruptions.
Yeah. Also, I've just seen the new Star Trek one, and it looks pretty good. I think I might actually watch it when it comes on Nickelodeon.
I mean, you also have a Paramount Plus access now, so you'll be able to watch it.
Yeah,
There if you'd like.
that is true. I will give it a go there. I bet you get the uncut version.
Remind me again. It premieres on Paramount Plus first, and then goes on to Nickelodeon.
Yes, they have. Originally, it was supposed to premiere on Nickelodeon, and then eventually comes Paramount Plus. However, they have instead decided to premiere on Paramount Plus, and then later on Nickelodeon. And I believe it's coming in November. Let me see if I can have the. I think I've got the right date here. Let me just flip through. Note here. Star Trek Prodigy. I don't see the direct date. I want to say it was like November 14th or something. Let's see. Release date. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm gonna hold my breath.
3 years later.
No, I think we just have sometime in November.
Oh, okay. Sometime in
November.
I guess I'll just be waiting for November. Hey.
All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to hit play.
Okay.
All right.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
TV 14. Thank God I'm over 14.
Are you?
Maybe. Where's Jennifer?
I don't know, but it's interesting that exercise has become like a regular part of the series.
Oh, jeez.
Love the missing tooth. Like, so I don't think we ever saw this after that one episode that Riker and his dad were fighting, did we? Right. So we're at the intro now, or I'm at the intro now.
Intro just yeah. He just came in and said, "Don't worry about me. I got 10 minutes."
I'm interested in where they're going with Shax now that he's back from the dead. Like whether
do you think they're going to care, or do you think it's just okay?
No, I think that's it. Like I'm going to guess that last episode stuff was all we ever hear about it. That is just
What if he sacrifices himself at the end of this season too?
I mean, if that becomes a every season thing, I would love it. It has to die in like such a completely different way each season.
I want to see that giant space bug in an episode. The one that's on the nacelles.
But I think there was one of those in TNG, wasn't there?
Yep. There's the thing that's stuck on the back of the Enterprise feeding off it.
Yeah. Because they weren't able to get to warp or something. I think because of it.
It was that big?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, ow. Sorry. Oh, it's Bumble with a unicorn.
How did it get there? I love seeing like the non-humanoid characters. $3D checkers.
Diplomath.
That kind of sounds like the Ferengi game that we were playing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
What?
Dun, dun, dun. And that's the basis of the entire episode.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds about right.
I love this guy's voice. Like an old-timey prospector,
Yeah.
barkeep.
I like the lighting effects there too.
Uh-huh. That'd be funny if they explained it.
And she's like, "What's going on with the lights?" Oh, this is going to go well.
There's a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She's probably just got them all killed.
The Atlantis.
I like that I like that he addressed the pronunciation thing.
Mm-hmm. Storm. What?
Isn't everything sensitive to phaser fire?
Gumato. He just said it differently. Mugatu, Gumato. He's gonna say them all.
I want glow in the dark plants.
Do you reckon, like near the end of the episode, she's gonna get her ass kicked and then be like, "Oh yeah, I am really a thing," just to kind of put people off.
Maybe. Oh.
God.
Oh. Well, that's not cool.
That's mean.
Dang. This is dark.
Or they could take out the signal dampener.
Mm.
Do we know what species this fish dude is? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jurassic Park.
What? Did they get poisoned and are now hallucinating?
Maybe.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
All right, did you hit a commercial or are you still going?
Yeah, I'm at a commercial.
All right, I just paused. So yeah, so you think they're hallucinating, and that they're just seeing her do this, but like maybe she was sucking the poison out of Shax instead of.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
So I can't think of any other reason that they would be doing that.
Yeah, well, the fact is, she already mentioned they get poisoned, so
Right, yeah, she foreshadowed it already.
Mhm.
Some of those episodes are fun. Like I remember there was like an episode of Stargate where that happened. There was obviously what was it, Justice League War? Was that the one where they broke into Batman's computer and stole his plans for defeating the Justice League if they ever went rogue?
Mm.
In the comics, that I think that was like called like Babel.
Yeah, but the Babel Protocol or something.
Yeah. I think it was Justice League War, but I don't remember. But that was kind of a fun episode. Because Wonder Woman was just seeing cheetahs everywhere, like just beating up random people because they all looked like cheetah to her.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
I think it was War. I know there's been other episodes of other shows that's happened on as well.
Okay, I'm back. I'm at 10:14.
All right, I'm a couple of seconds ahead.
Yeah. Right, I'm back on 10:14.
All right,
Cool.
Let's go.
hitting play again.
God damn it. I'm at 10:18 and go.
Oh shoot, I'm at 10:26 and go. Okay.
All right. All right.
Yeah, dice in the mirror.
Not anymore.
Why did a tractor beam pull it apart like that?
It's probably a piece of shit. This thing looks angry.
Well, yeah.
What? What?
What?
Patingi?
He's gonna get killed right now, isn't he?
He keeps saying it different ways too.
Yeah. Oh, I totally thought he was gonna get gored or something.
Soon. Unless he's another hallucination.
Hallucination, good point. Yeah, there he is.
That would hurt. Oh, that just hurts hearing it.
Yep. Yeah, it did.
Oh,
Oh no.
I don't, I don't,
Oh no.
no.
Uh-oh. Nope. That
Oh.
smile.
Oh.
oh, so I'm a few seconds behind you.
Oh, here, I'll pause.
That's all right. I'm on 13, 44, 45, 6. 50.
There we go.
All right. I think I'm about caught up.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Oh.
Likes to watch.
Oh.
This episode has not gone in any direction I would have
No.
thought.
This is starting to feel a lot more like a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, actually.
Patient 08019.
I wonder if that's the doctor.
Maybe. Now I'm also gonna have to look and see if it's a reference to August 19th for some reason.
Mm.
Ah.
Oh, that's a pretty clever bear trap.
What?
Oh.
Are they in a Jeep?
Are they in a Jeep? That's what I was just thinking.
Yes, all the payment last week
sorta.
on the adverts paid off.
And I am going to
Dun,
commercial.
dun, dun. All right.
I'm on commercial now.
I'm pausing it at 16:50.
Oh no, I'm not.
No commercial.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
It cut.
All
Okay,
right,
I don't know
play again.
why it cut. I don't know why it cut.
I'm at 16:55.
I'm at
Yep, same here.
16:55.
Yes.
Uh-oh. My light died.
Uh-oh.
I can... It's not great.
Definitely the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just clapping. What?
Bad doctor.
I really hope she picks up a spray bottle someplace.
Oh, that would be great.
It's called Joshua Tree. So replicate them.
Yeah.
No, the dude is being shady with them.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, they could just replicate them and give them to him and be like, "Here you go."
True.
Kidneys. What are they doing? Ow.
Oh, haha.
Oh.
The whole Gumato. Math.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
His name is Kink.
That was kind of cute.
I was waiting for a Jurassic Park thing.
She's totally a spy, though.
Yeah.
And credits.
It's getting better. I've got to admit, more warming up to the series than I thought.
It's fun. Like I mean, do you like Rick and Morty?
Yes.
So what was I guess not turning you off from the series at the beginning, but what was giving you hesitation on it at first?
I think it's because when I watched it, it was more, this isn't Starfleet, this isn't Star Trek. Like you wouldn't do this, you wouldn't do that. And then I think I just kind of watched the series in hate. I was like, I hate this, and then now I'm kind of growing to it. So, but season 2 is good.
Yeah, no, I can get that because it is something that's completely different that we haven't seen before. It's like if you only knew Batman from the Zack Snyder movies and then watched the Batman the Brave and the Bold cartoon or Batman 66 and you're like, what is this? Or like Lego Batman or something like that. Just yeah, I can see how that would throw you off a little bit. For me, that is why I like it, because it's takes everything that we know about Star Trek and keeps it in the background, but it's still just like this whole new thing that's different, but also Star Trek. So it's weird.
Yeah, fully Star Trek. I mean, honestly, what they do is more about what Starfleet is than what Star Trek is about. Because Star Trek, we always follow the ships that are boldly going where no one goes, or have to deal with the big stuff. But most of the Federation is just bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm. It's just all red tape, and that's why Section 31 exists.
And Mariner's the head of it.
Yeah, I would love it if they put them in there somewhere. I'd be up there. I'd be up there, even if it was just like a bad sketch painting or something.
That'd be funny.
I wonder if there was a Section 31 reference in the Collector episode.
Maybe?
I don't think that one.
I don't know. There might have been something like in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was so much stuff in that episode, though. Like it's, I'm sure it's possible to go through and find every single reference to everything that was there, but that would take so long.
Yeah.
Speaking of references, this week I didn't really see much of anything. Like we had the Mugato stuff, and Gumato, which was the reference to the TOS stuff, and they addressed that right in the episode too, with like there's so many different pronunciations for this thing, which is the right one.
It was cool that they brought back the Ferengi whip though.
Yeah, because I don't think we had seen that since like TNG.
There's one episode where it's the one where Ethan Phillips plays a Ferengi, and he has a whip.
On Enterprise.
On Enterprise.
Yeah.
But other than the
take over the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But other than the very first episodes of TNG where the Ferengi are on that planet with them, no.
Yeah. I also think it's kind of funny and cool at the same time that Armin Shimmerman again, who made a guest appearance in that one episode of TNG as the Betazoid gift box face, was also one of the first Ferengi that they met.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's the reason why they mentioned it, Quark in it straight away.
Yeah, and that's funny. That's funny. He was like, "Of course, I've heard of Quark." But yeah, outside of the Mugato thing, did you guys catch any other like references like or Easter eggs to Star Trek stuff? Because I didn't see anything really.
I would have to watch it again. I think there may be one or two, but I was just more enjoying the episode and going like, that cat just jumping about.
Well, I'd be curious. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say I'd be interested to see what all the trophies might have been from on her that the Gunk took, or what was his name?
Yeah. I don't know, Fishman, whatever.
Yeah. And then maybe, well, is the fighting game, is that a reference to anything?
Oh yeah. But so that's the thing that Riker did in TNG.
That is okay.
Yeah. I think it was only in one episode. It was the episode where his father came to visit, and him and his father had a rocky relationship.
Right, and they fight.
And they spar in whatever with those costumes. As far as I can remember, it was only that one. There might have been one other one somewhere else at one point in time, but I'm pretty sure it was just that one. So yeah, so that was kind of an Easter egg thing there.
Did Donnie or anybody notice anything?
I'm not sure who else is still here.
Anybody in the chat?
Donnie is definitely still there. There's a couple of other people watching, so
if anybody noticed anything, feel free to throw it in the chat.
Yeah.
And let us know. Down on the planet with the Ferengis, they're like just like normal references like the gold pressed latinum and the game that they were playing, like we had mentioned, that felt very similar to. I think I've got it behind me.
Oh, do you have it there still?
I think so.
Mark, so to give you a little history, Shay, Josh, and I played this game that he's about to show everyone.
Ooh.
We streamed it on Twitch and
twitched it.
We twitched it.
It's Star Trek Galactic Enterprises. Galactic Adventures is another game. It's from WizKids.
That's pretty awesome.
But it's got Latinum in there.
Yeah,
it's got gold press Latinum.
So let me open it up here. But it's basically that kind of a game. It's like it's all just like negotiating prices and like commodity trading. It's like
pretty cool.
Like keyboard. Keyboard.
I like it. To be fair, that's gold press Latin is awesome. I love how they turn around and say like, "Oh, we don't like the Federation says like, yeah, we don't need currency or anything like that. We got rid of it." And then in Deep Space Nine, it's like, "Yeah, we've all got gold press Latinum."
Yeah, because everyone else needs currency. Like I did like how like they addressed that in like the first I think it was the first episode of DS9 2 or the second when Nog and Jake are hanging out, and he's like, "Your people don't use money. How are you gonna pay for anything?" And he's like, "Oh,
we just replicate it."
Well, I mean, realistically, if you have a replicator, why do you need money?
Yeah,
you could just make everything that you need
to pay the dude that fixes it.
But then you can just replicate it.
Just call O'Brien in.
Because that's why Latinum is the method of payment that the Ferengi use, because it is unable to be replicated, and
Mhm.
it's pressed in gold because it's typically a liquid, so it needs another another metal to in order to bond to it so that it stays together and is able to be used for paying
Mm.
for things.
Not unless you're Morn's stomach, right? Where about 10,000 bars of gold pressed latinum sticks.
Right.
True.
Well,
Prince Morn.
it was just the latinum that was there, which is why he lost his hair and got like all weird looking.
Yeah. And then just gives a little bit to Quark, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's so much." Such a good episode that was.
And it's just
That was
like,
a great episode.
I like how he just like spit it up into the glass too. He's just like,
Yes.
here you go.
You're like, "Oh, well, that's going to be interesting. I'll just get that disinfected right now."
Thank you. Okay, so we had two different storylines. No, well, were there two or three different storylines?
Well, technically there were three, because you had the overall storyline going against the Gumato, Mugatu, all
And the
those
Ferengi,
guys.
yeah,
You had Ferengi. You had the super spy storyline,
right.
and you had the doctor
Tendi and the
storyline.
cat.
Tendi,
Yeah.
Tendi and the doctor.
So which of them did you like better?
I think the main the main storyline I quite liked, to be fair. I think that was more interesting. I mean, the one with scanning, you know, it could have just been done really quickly. They showed like the brief part, and then it's just the fun part was the cat at the end.
Yeah.
I kind of liked them both, or all three. I know the main one and the super spy one kind of go hand in hand, but they are different. What I liked though is that all of them showed some great character development.
Yeah.
The Tendi storyline by the end, and she even said it. I'm not the same person I was this morning, or whatever the exact quote was. But so she grew, and then you had the two guys who were able to use their nerdiness to benefit everything, and so maybe they didn't grow as much because they kind of were already that way. But then we see Mariner push the fake story there.
Right.
But at the end,
but she also like pushed them forward to kind of realize that they were actually
true, to save the
capable
day.
of doing that. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know that she really had any kind of character development in this episode, but she was definitely a catalyst for other people's character development.
Mm-hmm. What did you all think of the doctor at the end there?
I just thought it was typical cat-like reaction and stuff like that. So I was quite happy with that because it just felt a bit weird. And then at the end, going like, "Oh, I'm going to heal you all night." I'm like, "Oh."
What was this? Was this the first time we saw like any kind of thing between the two of them?
No, there was at least one, if not two, moments in season one between the two of them.
Okay.
There were a couple like asides.
That the whole idea of aliens just brings up a whole like when you think about like dating, like that just like adds another whole complication on top of
Now,
that.
is she an alien, or is she just a super evolved cat?
Yeah, there's a whole species of cat people.
Oh, okay.
They're originally,
But they behave just like regular cats.
more or less.
Yeah.
That Cations, Catians.
Are they from TOS?
I think so.
Okay, I got to go back and rewatch TOS. My knowledge is TNG forward.
Let's see.
It's been so long since I watched the original series.
So we saw one in Star Trek: The Animated Series, and there was also one in one of the TOS movies. Or no, not TOS movies. This was Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh,
So let's see. And okay, hold on. I've got the list now. 6 episodes of Star Trek: The Animated Series, 2 Star Trek films, Star Trek: The Original Series, the motion picture, and Star Trek 6: The Undiscovered Country. Oh wait, no, that's just the list of the movies. It doesn't say which one specifically.
you're just saying things that exist in the world
Yeah,
now.
these are just things.
Things.
But yeah, two Star Trek films and Lower Decks season 1 and season 2. Oh, here it is. Star Trek 4. One of them was in the beginning of Star Trek 4 when they were all in the that conference, like all the Starfleet, like at Starfleet, when they were like, oh my God, there's this thing here and it's trying to talk to things that are underwater.
Oh, is Star Trek 4 The Search for More Money?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the one where they go back in time to San Francisco to steal the whales.
Yeah.
Such a bad film. Like, can you imagine pitching it? Okay, guys, we've what can we do? Oh, we can go back in time. Oh, that'd be good. Maybe they could mess up Starfleet. Maybe they could save Starfleet and start it up. How about we just put whales in? Oh, God damn it, Greg. We know you like whales. Stop it. Well, I'm just saying
but
whales,
guys, we don't have much of a budget, and I got a connection to the San Diego Zoo.
yeah, I get your tickets. Shatner, do you want to? I really want to go. All right, well, would you do it? Give me a year's pass.
We could just
And
film
some
it when we go visit the exhibits.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Speaking of Star Trek 4 though, Josh happened to watch or walk by my room when I was watching the 10 best extras to ever be in a movie. And it was on What Culture. And one of the ones that came up was there's a, if you remember the movie well enough, there's the scenes where is it Uhura and Chekhov? I think Uhura and Chekhov are going around looking for nuclear vessels. Where are your nuclear vessels? And all the extras are they're just like, they're extras. They're not supposed to talk, or else they're going to get paid more. But this one lady goes, I'm not really sure. I think maybe across the bay. Good luck. And she walks off. Turns out this lady wasn't even like brought on by an extras casting company. She had come out of a restaurant or something, and there was a ticket on her car, and I think her car got towed or something. So in order to get the money to pay to get her car back, to get it out of impound, she just like flagged them down, said, hey, do you need an extra? And they go, yeah, sure. And then now they don't say this part, but being in the industry, I know that if you speak, they have to pay you more. Now, I don't know if at this point in time that was the case. That is the case now. But when was Star Trek 4 filmed? Like 84, 85?
Somewhere around there, yeah, because it came out
somewhere around there.
It came out in 86, I think. So yeah,
86,
like 84, 85.
So 84, 85. So I don't know what the rules were then with SAG and background work and all that kind of stuff. But in my mind, she just gamed them even more because she forced in a line, and they loved it, so they kept it. But then they have to pay her more. So she totally was able to get her car out, I'm guessing, and and she's part of Star Trek canon.
It's funny that actually kind of reminds me of the story from what was that? What was the Al Pacino movie? Dog Day Afternoon, maybe. Where he's like where he's like, I'm walking here. Like apparently, that was a real moment because a car turned onto the street as they're walking across doing that scene.
Oh, as they were filming. Oh, shoot.
And Pacino just turned to the car and just like in character
slammed on the hood and
they're like,
oh wow,
okay, we're gonna keep that.
That's cool.
It's like fun. I love like fun stories like that. In the chat, we've got Donnie Pearson, who was asking if we were talking about Tiana, who is the doctor from Lower Decks. That is correct. But there's also Maress, who was the female Cation on Star Trek: The Animated Series. and then there was the unnamed one who was at Kirk's court martial.
Shay's in the chat saying
Yeah.
Star Trek 4 is great.
And Shay's also asking about the Snickers that's on the dining room table. If you're hungry and need a Snickers, you can have it. That came from Craft Services, so it might as well say it's Craft Services.
I'm trying to see where this thing is. Just we want a Star Trek Force. No. It's all about First Contact. It's the best Star Trek film ever made.
First Contact is probably my favorite. I do also like Insurrection though. I think Insurrection is unfairly criticized sometimes. I think it's one of the more solid movies. Definitely better than Nemesis.
Oh, definitely.
What about from the TOS era?
TOS era, I really like Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Just because it's one of those like weird, almost like Kubrick style things that's not Kubrick.
Sure.
So it feels like it's trying to be Kubrick. But I also enjoy Star Trek 4. I sort of ironically enjoy Star Trek 5. Like I know it's not a good movie.
That's the one that I have the best.
Enjoy it.
That's the Last Frontier, right? 5 is
Final Frontier.
Final Frontier.
Yeah,
that's the one that I actually have the most memories of from my childhood, and I just love the beginning and ending sequences where they're camping.
Yeah, well, there's a lot in it that is good, but I think as an overall movie, I don't think it's very cohesive.
You mean Searching for God?
You know. And 6, The Undiscovered Country was good too.
See, I was just never a fan of anything from the original series.
Oh no, I think I was talking about 6, Undiscovered Country. That's the one where they're searching for God, right?
No, that was 5.
That is 5. Okay,
yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, Mark. I did.
6 is the one where they go to like that penal colony or something.
Oh,
and,
right.
Iman.
Okay.
She's like a shapeshifter.
Right. So you don't like any of the TOS movies, Mark?
No, I wasn't a big fan of the original series. I started watching it, to be fair, because I'd never seen it, so I wanted to see what people kind of thought of, and I didn't mind it a little bit.
Was this before TNG and all that you went to it, or did you already know the rest of Star Trek by this point?
Oh, I already knew the rest of Star Trek. Like I've already seen it because I grew up on TNG. So, but I'd never sat down. I'd only seen clips, or I'd seen that DS9 episode. So I'd never seen a proper full-on episode. I'd never seen the first one because I want to know, how does this all start off? Why do people love it and all? So I was just like, do you know what? I'll give this a go. I'll watch a couple of episodes, see what it's like. Kind of dug it a little bit, obviously, but I don't know. I'm not going to sit through 5 or how many other seasons there are of Star Trek. I'm going to be like, okay.
There's only 3, I think, of the original series.
Yeah,
I thought there was more.
No, there were only 3.
Yeah,
there's only 3.
There's only 3 of the original.
Correction, then I'm not going to sit through 3 seasons of,
I think
of Star Trek.
For me, I don't know when you were a kid over where you are if they showed this kind of stuff, but for me, probably also for Jamie, when we were in our tens, somewhere around there, 8, 9, 10, 11, there would be cartoons, obviously on Saturday mornings. That was always a thing. Sundays. That was sometimes a thing, but also we would get blocks where they would show old shows from the 60s, and we would have Gilligan's Island followed by Lost in Space, followed by Land of the Giants, and usually Star Trek would be in there too. Sometimes the Time Tunnel and other weird stuff. So I grew up with TNG, but I also would watch the original
TOS
when it was on in one of those things. I did like TNG better though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially after starting around season 3 or so.
Yeah.
So that brings me up a question. What you were saying, Josh, about I grew up with those blocks too. You had blocks of cartoons, but then you had blocks of old shows, and then one of the blocks, because I watched PBS a bit when I was a kid. I actually got introduced to Tom Baker, um,
Doctor
and
Who.
Doctor Who, um, and so I guess Tom Baker was my first Doctor, although Eccleston is kind of my favorite, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I like a lot of them, but Baker was my first Doctor for sure. Um, so moving into a different question, who's your favorite captain? Who's your captain?
Me?
Both of you.
Um,
Hmm.
Cisco. Cisco is my guy.
Yeah.
See, I like Picard or Janeway.
Okay.
Like I think because I grew up with Picard, and obviously you see him change over time, where Janeway doesn't change to the point, but I don't think she needs to. Where it's like she has a mission where Picard's like, "Oh, I hate all children on this thing," and then suddenly it's just like, "Wesley Crusher, get off my bridge!" And then
Yeah.
it's suddenly it's like, "Wesley, just get on the bridge. I don't care." Yeah, and then I think the time was it like that episode where the Enterprise gets hit by a storm or something, and it's like you've got is it Picard Day or something where you've got like the kids who've
yeah.
won.
They're stuck in the turbo lift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Picard
with all
is
the kids.
and he's forced to deal with them.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I
But
can
then
imagine. Sorry, go on.
not the episode where they like help him get out of there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have their roles. But
Yeah.
if you look at if that had happened in like say season 1 or 2, you know that he wouldn't be able to be that person. So you see growth from Picard from like day one. Um, so it's always kind of a mixture. Like I'd always love to see how all the captains, bar Kirk, would deal with if they'd been in Janeway's position.
Yeah.
The only time you ever see it is Picard when obviously they get thrown into the Delta Quadrant, and then it's like, oh, it'll take 75 years to get home. It's like, wow, get home then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Picard would have chosen something different. Cisco, I think, would have gone would also have made the same choice that Janeway did.
Hmm.
Just because with Cisco, like you see in the first episode, where he's introduced, like you're introduced to him, and he's like this grumpy guy because his wife was killed in the Borg attack, so he hates Picard because even though he knows that Picard isn't responsible for his actions, he was still the guy that did it. Um, but then over the course of the next 7 years, you see Cisco grow from this guy who like did not want anything to do with being the emissary to the Bajoran people to fully and completely
Embracing it. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's interesting because I'm not really a religious guy myself, so that blend of sci-fi and religion kind of to me that was just it was just like an interesting mix.
I wonder. It's interesting you bring it up because, like, also Archer has big growth. He starts out not xenophobic, but with definite preconceptions, and then by the end of it, he's founding the Federation,
Mm-hmm.
or Starfleet. Um, oh no, the Federation. Starfleet already existed. But Janeway's growth is arguably in an opposite direction because she's very much about getting home, but as the series goes on, she's never willing to cut corners. She very much stays by the book, but she's willing to
Stretch
stretch it and
or
push harder,
and bend the rules a little bit
bend the
where she can.
rules like so bend them almost to the edge. Like the only thing that she doesn't do is like put another life form at risk, and because there's the episode with the ghostly wraith type things that are coming
Oh
in and
yeah,
out of our phase because they got the other ship that got stuck out in Delta and they were using them as energy. um but
which is
uh
interesting
but
because there was also an episode of TNG like that where the Romulans, the singularity that they use to power their ships like breached into another dimension, and those beings from the other dimension started coming through.
Yeah.
It's interesting how like a lot of similar plots get recycled throughout the various shows.
And I wonder how many of them are conscious decisions and how many of them are just they're writing sci-fi, and so
Yeah.
of course we're going to end up coming across something similar.
Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause, I mean that's one of the things with like Stargate. What was like I really enjoyed SG-1. I liked the movie. I really enjoyed Atlantis. I liked Universe. But one of my bigger issues with Atlantis was they were basically just copying the villains from SG-1. It was basically the same thing. And so like sometimes when that happens, like if it's a one-off, like I'm like, okay, cool. This is just like either a throwback or it's just coincidence or whatever. But when it's like a real recurring thing and they just like, it's like I just watched this in this last series. Why am I watching the same thing again?
Because they're going like, oh, hope you forget these storylines. It's with new characters. It's different, but the same.
And that's one of the things that I did really enjoy about going from TNG to DS9 to Voyager is each series was completely different than the other one. Like TNG was sort of similar to Voyager in a way, but not necessarily in the same format.
Yeah, I mean they were tasked with doing what they were doing, whereas Voyager was
They were stuck.
just like screwed. I love how those three series really overlapped each other, and how they were so interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that, and I enjoy that if you really want to sit down and do it, that there are certain ways that you can view episodes, and they kind of link up between the series. So I enjoyed what they were doing there. It was kind of like
even,
a cinematic universe.
Even Enterprise works that way if you watch the finale before you
True.
watch Pegasus or
Before you watch
or whatever that episode was called.
Yeah, and Enterprise actually works that way too, because there's a lot of things that are, the Risa episode. You could arguably watch that and then skip forward to the future and then come back.
There's the episode of Enterprise with the Borg, so there you can watch First Contact, and then how the Borg arrives back in time.
That it's really cool how they really interconnected those four series at the time. Obviously, I don't think we see too much of that now. You don't have Prodigy overlapping with Picard, I don't believe.
No. I think the only one where you might get some rollover is Strange New Worlds, since that is technically a direct spinoff from Discovery.
Right.
But I don't know what kind of crossover there actually will be, if anything, because now Discovery is 900 years or so, whatever, in the future. So
in the future.
They're not
Lower Decks kind of fills that void. Because where Lower Decks is situated in the timeline.
Yeah, Lower Decks is between the end of the TNG era movies and Picard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think we've kind of exhausted everything to talk about this week,
including ourselves.
Including ourselves. I still have some work to do before I can go to sleep. So before we go, just to plug a couple of things that we have coming up here on Saturday, we have our Ranger shows, the Retro Ranger wrap up. I don't think the regular Ranger wrap up is back just yet. But Jezer has been posting interviews with cast members that he got recently. I believe there is another one or two that should be dropping over the course of the next couple of Mondays. Saturday, after the Retro Ranger wrap up is the Retro Sentai wrap up, and then your show with Bryn. Is that on Wednesdays now? Is that when that is?
Yeah, it's Wednesdays. I can do it yesterday because I was traveling all day and didn't get back until much later, and I was so tired. I'd be like, "Is that Kaija? Yeah, he does this. That's what he does." But yeah, we do it Oh, we do it every Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time, which I think is 1 p.m. or something like that, American time.
So somewhere around there, like 1:11 or 1 something like that. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is 11, I think. You're 8
Oh,
hours
is it
ahead of
11?
us. You're 8 hours ahead of
yeah,
us.
that sounds
Well,
about right.
it's 11 on our coast. It's 1 over on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Sunday, the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order,
Or actually, no, yeah.
and the Rick and Morty finale, our final smoke along for season 4, 5 of Rick and Morty.
5.
The last 2 episodes will be airing Sunday night. So after the wrestling show ends, you can hop on with us and have a drink, have a smoke, watch some Rick and Morty, and laugh and cry. Tears of joy. Mark, what do you got coming up? Any new videos that you're dropping?
I am going to be recording a video straight after this of the images of Lord Zed that have been put out. So yeah, I'm doing that in a minute. And then yeah, I think that's it. How about you, gentlemen?
On our end, we do have our video format is changing a little bit come the beginning of the year. There are some really exciting things. I know I've talked to you about Twitch already, so we're gonna really try getting that going. There's a couple of video series that we're really excited about. I might be going to the Star Trek Day stuff next week, so
Ooh.
that could be fun if that happens. I yeah, I think that's really about it on me. I don't know, Jamie. What do you got?
Exactly what you just said.
That,
Yeah. Now I'm
sounds nice.
excited of the couple ideas that we came up with, and I might have a lot more reading in my future.
Ooh.
There's nothing wrong with reading. I've got like a box
I
full of
love
comics
reading.
that I need to read that
I'm
piling
currently
up.
reading I'm reading Discworld, the first book in the Discworld
Nice.
series, and I'm reading a play with a really long title.
This one.
That's a uh, uh, is that it?
This is the
The
Light
light.
Fantastic.
Yes, the light fantastic. I couldn't see what I don't have my glasses on. Sorry.
You should try the PlayStation original games of Discworld. They were really kind of good.
So I had the PS2 Discworld game, but I couldn't get it to work on my PlayStation. I was so angry because I spent like $50 on it because it was an import, and then I just could not get it to play on anything.
They didn't come out over here, did they?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
Because obviously you have NTSC, we have PAL.
PAL.
So if you'd put it in there, it wouldn't have worked. So you'd probably need to import a English PS2.
Yeah, which at the time I thought that the PS2 was cross.
Oh, cross.
Yeah.
I
think
both.
The PS3 wasn't it?
I think so.
I think the PS3 was NTC PAL.
Probably for a very.
I think the puffy one was like the first one.
That's the one I have, the big fat one.
The fat one that you were able to install Linux onto.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, after they redesigned it and removed that capability, like they nerfed the PS3 hard after they redesigned it. But after you finish Light Fantastic, let me know if you don't have or you want the other books. I've got the first 4.
Thanks.
In the series.
I just downloaded it on my Kindle, nice and easy. But it's always nice to have paper in your hands.
Well, so I've also got Interesting Times, which is one of the later books, and Good Omens, which doesn't really tie into the Discworld stuff.
Good show though. Good show.
I
good.
Really enjoyed it. I'm glad there's going to be a season 2.
Me too. And I'm glad that it's going off of the notes that Pratchett and Gaiman made.
Yeah, and this one I've had this one for a while, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. It's
The Scream.
The Last Hero. It's about Eric. I don't know if you've been introduced to him yet or not in the book that you're reading. He might have been
No.
mentioned. He might have been mentioned because Two Flower was looking for him to get a picture with him at some point at the beginning of the book.
Oh, one of the heroes.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
he was, but he's like this 98-year-old like dude who like dresses up like Conan the Barbarian. It's a great bit. You'll definitely enjoy that when you get there. But yeah, anyway, that is going to do it for us for this week. We will see you guys again next week for the next episode of Lower Decks. We don't have a name for it yet. It's just episode 5. And make
that's
sure
it.
to follow
Maybe
us.
that's the episode name.
That would be great. the way where they just take the Friends approach, and it's just the one called episode 5. Again, make sure to follow us on social media. You can see our Twitter handle. Like for me and Mark, you can see our Twitter handles below us. For Jamie, that's his Instagram handle. You can also follow us at the _Illuminerdi on the web, theilluminerdi.com. Got news coming out all the time, as well as features and movie reviews, and hopefully soon some comic reviews will start popping up on there. But I think that's all I got. So I gotta vamp for a second while I find the buttons that I need to hit. Okay. Where I need to be. So we will see you guys later. Donnie, have a great night. Shay, Jamie, I'm sure I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Mark,
See you in the kitchen.
Enjoy your day.
Bye.